What's up, everyone? Welcome into DodgerHeads, presented by DodgerBlue.com, part of the Blue Wire Podcast Network. My name is Jeff Spiegel, joined today by Blake Williams, talking a little bit of good news. The playoffs are still going on, but there is some positive stuff happening for the Dodgers. A number of players nominated for some awards. Blake, we don't know if any of them will win, but we've got some nominees. Let's start with the Gold Glove Awards. The Dodgers have three finalists: Freddie Freeman at first base, David Peralta in left field, Mookie Betts in right field. Mookie Betts also a finalist for the utility position as well. Peralta's the one that jumps out to me, Blake. I'm curious your reaction when you see these three names and these four positions.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised by Peralta, but he was a pretty solid fielder all year. He had good numbers to back it up. And left field is also a pretty weak position overall. So I guess like looking back on it, it's not the most surprising thing. It was just more surprising to see that he got recognized for it. And then with the other two, they're less surprising, but also probably not the favorites at their position. So I don't really expect the Dodgers to take home any gold gloves this year, but it's nice to see them get recognized still.
Yeah, it was interesting because the one that jumps out to me is Mookie Betts in the utility position. That feels like their best chance potentially to win, just because of how much notoriety he got sort of for playing a little bit of second base, a little bit of shortstop. But it sounds like you think he wouldn't even be the favorite at that position.
Yeah, I think that's going to be Kim with the Padres over there. He's a really good defender, and Mookie didn't have the best defensive stats. He played a solid second base and a solid right field, but there are people better at him at both positions, and just overall, I think Hassan Kim was just really great all around defensively.
Yeah, and it was interesting because Kim was not nominated at shortstop, which is, I believe, where he played the most time. So it's not like he could win it at a different position and end up in the utility. Mookie Betts in right field is going up against Tatis and Lane Thomas. I'm guessing you're thinking that Tatis will be the favorite there. He tied for first in fielding run value, second in defensive run save among all outfielders, tied for third with 12 assists. So I'm guessing you're putting Tatis in right field, Kim at the utility position. Is that fair?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's the way it's going to go because it's sounding a little like a Padres show right now with the praise for the Padres defenders. And I guess we can also just make fun of how bad the Padres were this year to kind of even it out. But yeah, Tatis was arguably the best defender in baseball, and especially in right field. He just kind of ran away with it, and it was really impressive because he hasn't played a ton of outfield to begin with.
Yeah, I will clean that up. Kim is nominated at second base. Second base is where he played the most. He had 106 appearances at second base, as well as 32 games at third and 20 at shortstop. He finished with 10 outs above average there. The other piece of the awards news involves Mookie Betts as well. The Players' Choice Awards also released their finalists. Mookie Betts has been nominated for MLB Player of the Year and National League Most Outstanding Player. He is in the among three finalists for both of those awards. And yet, Blake, I'm guessing there's going to be a common theme here, which is, hey, congratulations for being in the top three, but sorry, there aren't going to be any trophies handed out to Dodgers here.
Yeah, I think Ronald Acuna already has taken those awards there. So, I mean, Mookie, what he did was great this year. He was an MVP running up until the last month of the season when he kind of fell off and lost it. But yeah, he had a tremendous season. He helped the Dodgers win more games than pretty much anyone expected them to win. So, just one of those things where he has a great season and then someone else was just better, and you can't be too mad at that or anything.
Yeah, and so you're going no Ohtani for Major League Baseball Player of the Year. You think Acuna edges out Ohtani for that one?
No, I think that one's going to go to Ohtani, just to clarify there. But
yeah,
for the NL one, it's going to be Acuna and then Ohtani for MLB.
Yeah, so a lot of runner-up spots here for the Dodgers, which, look, Mookie Betts has won plenty of awards, and he's a deserving. I'm glad these are the moments where I'm glad, Blake, that they kind of give you a top three, because I'm glad that Mookie Betts is getting acknowledgement for the season that he had. Obviously, the month of September was not the best month that he had ever had, and that bled into the postseason. Of course, these are regular season awards, but I'm just glad because even in totality, if we can wash out of our mouths that taste from the last couple of weeks of baseball that we saw, I hope that there's some level of appreciation for what Mookie Betts was able to do on the whole for this one. So for you, Blake, you're predicting, just so we're clear here, you're predicting 0 Dodger victories out of basically the 6 awards that they're nominated.
Yeah, and I'll say we'll get another NL West win with the Gold Glove at first base with Christian Walker taking it. just to add a little insult to injury here, but I think that's the way it's going to go down.
Yeah, I think Mookie at utility is their best chance. I know Ha-Seong Kim has been incredible and is known as a defensive guy. I just wonder if kind of Mookie Betts, how prominent his moving around the diamond was, if that gives him an edge in that category, remains to be seen. So you can check out more info on all of these awards, by the way, over on DodgerBlue.com. So be sure to check that out. That is Blake Williams. I am Jeff Spiegel. As always, we appreciate you joining us here. Make sure you subscribe. Tons of content coming every other day throughout the offseason, as well as our Sunday Night Live show every week. That's Blake. I'm Jeff. Enjoy the rest of your day, folks. And of course, go Dodgers.